Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2016 film. It's a Tim Burton directed film. Miss Peregrine's School for Gifted Children. Is that what it's called? It's a long title. It's based on a book. There's 3 books in the series, I believe. I believe the movie is based on the first book, if I'm not mistaken. The movie is so slow, and it's unfortunate because it's got a good concept, but it just, and I didn't read the book, so I can't compare. All I can do is speak to the plot and pacing that was presented to us. So we start out in 2016 Florida. Asa Butterfield plays his character, and his grandfather has dementia, but he's like scared that these monsters are going to kill him, and then he winds up being killed, and his eyes are taken out, and Asa's character sees these monsters in the woods. But it's now a matter of, is he actually seeing things? He's now seeing a therapist. Why is he terrified? You know, things. So he's now on a quest to go to this island off of Wales where there's this school for children, for gifted children, where his grandfather was when he was a kid. And so he's following clues. He's going to there. It turns out he finds a time loop in a cave after he finds these kids. Who are these kids that his grandfather talked about when he went to school there, but that was back in the 40s. So there's no way that these kids are still alive. So it's explained that they are in a time loop because the headmistress, Miss Peregrine, can actually do this time loop. And why this time loop is stuck on September 3rd, 1943 is because the Germans bomb this particular area and the school explodes on just September 3rd, 43. So before she could figure out a peaceful happier day to relive, that was the day that they have to relive to reset the clocks, and everybody has to do the same things, but they're conscious to it. They know that they have to relive the same days. So each kid has their own special powers and things like that, and Asa's now trying to figure out, are the monsters in real life, are they in the present time in 2016, are they stuck in 1943, but they have to be in 2016 if he saw them. Why are they in 2016? So they're uncovering different loops and figuring out that there are different loops over time, and Asa eventually wants to go back to the 1943 loop and stay with the character that he likes, so that way they can grow together, because he has no purpose of being in 2016 when he should stay in 43 and then, you know, move onward. So it did take him a while to get back there, but he got there. But it's just, the pacing was strange. I did like that Asa could only see these monsters, that he had the peculiarity that his grandfather had, seeing these particular monsters. Samuel L. Jackson playing one of the lead monsters was pretty neat. But it was just, it didn't feel like a Tim Burton film. Tim Burton film has a very specific aesthetic to it, and this didn't have that aesthetic, and it was just strange. Because you're watching it, and you're like, Burton films are quick. Burton films are magical, and sometimes whimsical. The only whimsical aspect of this was the stop-motion Toy Story looking Sid creations that this one character creates. That way they have a fight. That was true Burton-esque kind of a thing. But like otherwise, didn't really have that kind of flair to it. I don't know. Something was missing. I feel like Danny Elfman did the music. A lot of the scoring sounded very familiar, and makes sense. Danny Elfman does Tim Burton films, you know, music-wise, which is great, and I love it. But it just didn't have that magic to it that we're used to hearing, that kind of Elfman, Burton flair magic. I don't know. It was, it's not my favorite. But we watched it. We checked it off. We'll add it to our Burton compilation playlist. And that's it. On to the next review. Wish mahalo.